Mind Gap Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin, and Doug, if you were a character in a horror movie, how long do you think you would last?
What are we talking here? Are we talking I'm getting hunted by Jason Voorhees at Camp Crystal Lake, or are we talking I'm living in Derry and Pennywise is popping up out of my toilet?
It's a good... those toilet clowns.
Hey man,
always
they're there.
Always,
They'll get you.
I'll tell you what, the plumber/exterminator service in Derry is their...
Dude, being a plumber
always,
in Derry, worst job. The amount of people that just wash out of the sewers, like...
Yeah, they're busy, man. They're busy.
Oof.
It's a great question because I feel like it would change depending. I think we've discussed that if you or I, either of us were in the world of Pennywise, I don't think we would last that long. I think
probably
that
not.
would not be a good thing. So let's say
he'd pop up and he'd be like the pure concept of like financial dread, like you've lost your job. I'm like, no, not again.
The market dipped. Your 401k took a hit. No.
Trump's increasing tariffs on everything. No. The only way to get a job is on LinkedIn.
No.
You have to become one of the top 10 influencers to get a job.
Dude,
put a gun in my mouth.
I was gonna say, real quick tangent. If you had to become an influencer, if you were forced to be an influencer, not LinkedIn or otherwise, that's the only way that you could make your living. How miserable would you be?
I'd be pretty miserable. I would definitely, because the thing is, like, if the goal is like you have to be successful,
yeah,
oof. Because I was like, I don't think I could just be myself. I would probably have to play some sort of game with it, and I hate the game. Right. I hate the game on all platforms, LinkedIn the most, but I also don't like it on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that sort of shit.
Worst.
I don't like that game because we all see the game. We all see what's happening, but we just let it happen. And that's what pisses me off is we're all like, we all know this is bullshit, right? We all know that someone is playing this part to be like, I just, the ads you see on social media too, like well, where you're like, I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Like, I don't like this. I don't want to be a part of this. So yeah, it would be a fucking nightmare
about this. Absolute nightmare. Anyway, I would say, let's put us in a slasher film. I think in the Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers universe, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, pick one. You're in that universe, and you're trying to escape.
Good.
Maybe you're caught in a house.
I'm glad this isn't like, a creature feature, where there's a monster hunting me, because I'd be like, well, I'm probably fucked. At least in that situation, go ahead. Sorry.
If it's a creature feature, then I've often thought about this. I'm dating back. We've talked about this when I was a kid, or when we were all kids. We talked about being scared of the dark and how we would run up the stairs, try to flip the lights off at the last minute and get up there before the monster got us. I always thought about it. I'm just like, if there's a supernatural creature, how am I going to fight it? This thing has presumably magical powers and super strength. Fuck it. I'm dead. I'm gone. That's it.
You're like,
game over.
It's got resistance against piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing weapons that are non-magical or silvered. Like, what hope do we have?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I own none of them.
Yeah. You're like, what is this thing? I don't know what it is. I don't know how to, there's too many questions. We're like, I don't know how to attack this thing. I am fucked,
The rules are,
I would think it's something like
rows of fangs.
Right, yeah. It moves incredibly fast. It can teleport. It hides in the shadows and teleports from shadow to shadow. I'm like, cool, I'm fucked. Oh,
it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's awful. Something like a slasher I think I would still be at a disadvantage. But I would also probably just turtle up, if I'm like at Crystal Lake, I would just put my back to a wall, and have a weapon, fortify my defensive position, and just do my best to hold off as long as possible. I'm probably going to run. He would probably just wait me out,
Sure.
If we're in the woods and things like that. Michael Myers, I think, is a little, again, because Michael Myers, depends on if you're talking like the first movie where he's not necessarily a supernatural.
What canon are we rolling with here?
Right. But because the thing is because also the conceit we're making is that we know we're in a slasher movie, and
True.
I loved how someone I can't remember who said this, but they're like, part of the problem is people are like, I would never do that if I was in their position. It's like, well, the characters don't know they're in a slasher film, so
right. That's a great point.
That's why they're like, yeah, of course we're going to split up, because they don't realize the bet, like oh, we have to fortify our position from this one person. Like, they don't know that, so they're going about their days and they're just
going on.
Yeah. No fucking clue. They have no idea what's happening. So
they just know that they're in a house, and all of a sudden Jamie's not there anymore. Where did Jamie go?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, what the hell? We were just having sex, and my boyfriend went to go get a snack, and someone comes back, I think it's my boyfriend, and then this person just choke slams me into the wall, and I'm dead. Like, you know, like
right. I didn't have that on my bingo card as I was talking.
Because we were watching, being like, Doug, you gotta run, man. Like, yeah, well, they don't know that. They don't assume that the Terminator is in the house beating the shit out of your boyfriend while you had your headphones on. Like, they're not going to assume that. So,
point.
You know, they're like, you got to run from the Terminator. Okay.
Now back to the wall. Yeah. Obviously, you're not against any wall that is plaster, drywall, or wood. You're putting yourself against a brick wall.
Well,
Cinder
a wood,
block,
like
preferably
a strong, like wood, log cabin.
We've seen those people run blades through those things, dude.
That's the thing. Run blades, sure. Again, it's possible, but it's not like a door frame or a flimsy door. Like, we're talking like logs. You know what I mean? Like
what if he comes at you with the chainsaw?
A man's log. It's going to take time to cut through the wood.
Not in this universe. The chainsaw, it's like butter. It's like a hot knife through butter.
It's just, it's like,
you're like, what is that?
Like a chef's knife, doing that chef's knife test through paper,
It's taking out giant logs like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would try to find a defensible position. Again, I don't assume I would last long. If I have to fashion my own weapon, I'm like, well, I'm fucked. I don't know how to do that. If I find something to use, I guess, but
I think the thing that I feel like my nerves would take over. Like I feel like I would try to make my stand, and if I could keep myself calm and composed, but I think I would be way too just out of my mind. Like, I don't think I could stay cool in a situation.
Because again, the thing is, you have to consider: are you this is me getting in the weeds. How many people are there? Are you the only one? Are you the only one left? If you are you, if it's like
you and me.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah, different story. Because if it's like, you and 7 other people, you could be like, I'm going to make a fucking run for it in the forest and see you later. Like, pew, like adios. Like, you all can stay here, but I'm going to take the odds here that he can't get all of us.
Right, exactly.
So if we all scatter, everyone pick a direction, adios. Like, good luck.
I got a 1 in 7 chance. Here we go.
Yeah. And we're just going to bolt and see what happens. I mean, that's probably the best strategy.
Yeah.
If that's the case. But if it's just you in a cabin, you're like, well, and this person knows who I am, and they're like actively hunting me. You're like, I don't know. I'm probably fucked.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. 100. Absolute 100%. If you got 7 people though, are you bolting, or are you going to try to rally the people and take a swing at this person?
I would probably suggest I go for the sake of, that's a good question. I think initially I would probably be like, because I guess it works both ways, right? We all stay in this place. Mm-hmm. We have to stick together. Like, we have to go as a crowd. There's or whatever, because there's no wandering off. Like, if someone's like, oh, we have to get food, we all get food together. Like, that's what it is. Like, and because the second he starts picking people off one by one, that's like, we scatter. Like, that's the deal. Like, because that's what he wants to do, is he wants to take us down. But it's, apes together strong, so like, if we stick together and we can try to defend this thing off, otherwise we all just go together and we fucking bolt. Like, all of us as a group, we're like, we're leaving this place and we're all going together and we're going to try to find help. And we establish that if shit goes sideways,
person or the slowest person in that group.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's got to be 5% better than the person behind you,
Exactly. Yeah. That's all it's got to be. That's the same way. So I like the idea that the same way that you would survive with 100 men versus 1 gorilla is the same way that you would survive in a horror movie, or try to survive in a horror movie. It's just, all right, we got to group up, or we got to team up, or we got to run and hope the gorilla doesn't catch us.
Right. Because that's at the end of the day, like, I don't bring a whole lot to the table. I have some strength and I have some size that makes me a big target. I'd probably make a
you're
good
wrestler,
shield.
Doug. You could
Yeah,
shoot, you could shoot the
I'm
legs,
also-
take them down.
I'm also 42 years old, man. So like
that means
the knees and back and shoulder don't do what they used to. So I mean, I could try, but again, it would require a lot of coordination. But I don't bring survival skills to the table. I don't, I don't have a lot to bring to the table. So I have a decent intellect that I can maybe use to craft a half-ass strategy. But whether or not it would work, who fucking knows? My perception is also pretty average at best, so I'm probably not going to notice things. So
yeah, we could. What you could do though, what the skill you do have is when the killer bursts in, you can ask him for a suggestion and then make him lost in a scene.
Yeah, distract him.
Yeah, make him laugh. It's the he might just be having a gnarly day and he just needs a laugh.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't know what's going on with that killer. You don't know what's going on with any of the serial killers.
Just try to kiss him.
Just see what happens. Just a little peck. Just see what happens.
See what he does. Be like, what?
He just might need someone to hold his hand and tell him.
I would make a good sacrifice to make sure everyone else got away. I'd be the guy
hoist
that
your
holds
body
down.
at him.
I was like, you shall not pass. Everyone get the fuck out of here. Like that would be what I'd do. I'd hold him down.
Doug huffed his whole body at this dude and just fucking like a log.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I was like, I'd get him in a chicken wing. I'd just be like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Yeah. Yeah. Not long. I wouldn't last long. So
I would say, yeah.
Just like my prom night, I wouldn't last long.
Hey-o! He went there, folks. He went there. But tell us, listeners, viewers, tell us, how long do you think you would last in a horror movie? You're caught in a horror movie. Now, again, we're talking about slashers. How long would you last in a slasher film? If it's something from out of this world, none of us are lasting. You don't stand a chance. That's just is what it is. That's science.
Yeah. I love breaking this down because it's such a simple question. But then I'm always like, well, what are the parameters we're working with here?
Right.
Do I know that I'm in a horror film? A horror situation. Right. Do I activate my protocols? Given that it's like so much that takes place. I go through and I'm like, wait a minute, is this what I want to do? Is this how this works? I don't know. Let us know though. YouTube.com/mindgappodcast. Hit the like and subscribe button and leave us a comment. Also check the description for links to our Discord where you can be part of the community where we chat about this kind of shit and so much more all the goddamn time. We have ourselves a real hootenanny over there. It's so much fun. People were popping off with some memes today. It was really great. I love starting my day with going on Discord and be like, what do we got? What's going on in here? And it's always a good time. So come be a part of that, bitch.
I mean, if that didn't sell it, I don't know what would.
Right? Yeah. He's like, oh, Daddy called me bitch. Okay. Yeah, Daddy.
Ooh, I got to get over to the Discord.
Ooh, Daddy says.
I don't like anything about this bit.
Let's
move on.
It's not great. It's not great. So Justin and I like board games a lot. And Justin and I have played our fair share together. Mm-hmm. I've also played, we've also played our fair share apart because that's how life works. Mm-hmm. But I got thinking
playing them together.
I agree. They are much better together.
Much better together.
I got thinking, it's board game night. Which game ruins friendships the fastest?
You set this one up, and I was just like, "Oh, this could not be a more perfect topic for these two idiots." I love this.
It's perfect because I've seen stuff like this happen in real life, where people, bad things happen. Some of it's the person, some of it's the game, and it brings out the worst in people sometimes. So we're going to take a look at some classic games and some different types of games. And we're kind of going to break down which ones we think are either just by design, they're bad, or is it just like it creates something that, allows for people to end up hating each other by the end of it, and sort of like discuss our way through it. So as we're going along here, if there's something that comes to mind as you're thinking, or better yet, if you have a story, which we have some great submissions from folks from the Discord on their experience with some of these games. Again, fire off in the comments or join the Discord, and we'd love to hear from you on this sort of stuff. So let's start with some of the classics. Top of mind, it's got to be Monopoly.
This is without a doubt the number one. I don't think anyone can make a argument for any other one being a worse game.
I can, but I can.
Really?
I absolutely can. Yes, I can.
Interesting.
But
I cannot wait to get to that.
So part of it is Monopoly, and I've talked ad nauseum about this. I'm not the first one to make this argument, but Monopoly it's a flawed game. It's an old game. So it's, I used to love Monopoly when I was younger. I fucking loved playing that game.
I've never loved it. I am very different. I've never loved this fucking game. This game is always either bored or frustrated the fuck out of me.
I loved it, man. I had the Nintendo version of this, and I would play it all the time. I played it all the time.
I can't think of a worse video game. That's horrible.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. The best part was there was it was like one of those Nintendo games that actually had a voice, like active like thing in it. And it's like when you get out of jail, there's like some sort of really bad Irish voice. I could never quite.
Was it like a cop? Were they doing the Irish
cop? Yeah, it was like an
thing?
Irish cop throwing you out. And I couldn't quite make out exactly what it said, but it sounded like he said, "Now don't be coming back now." Like, now don't you be coming back now? But it was like, "Now don't you come back now." I'm like, oh my God, that is really hard to understand. But that's 8-bit Nintendo for you. So
Monopoly video game. I'm looking this up. Well, I need to know what they say. You go ahead.
But I played the shit out of this all the time. I would play by myself against the computer. And I enjoyed in the sense of like playing on something like the Nintendo because all the transactions happen for you. You don't have to take the time, because that's part of the problem I have with Monopoly. It's a great learning experience if you're a kid and you need to learn how to roll the dice, count how many spaces, do addition and subtraction, how much money do you owe, and figure out the strategy of like, all right, if I spend money now and I get some houses and someone lands on this, then I get more, but I also could fuck myself if I land on someone else's property and I can't afford it and I got a mortgage. Like, there's a whole bunch of different stuff that goes into it. But also you realize that ultimately you're going to have to trade with someone more often than not. And you have to be able to find a way to make a trade that works in your benefit. But most of the time people are like, well, why would I give you a Monopoly?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, there hits that point.
It's like, you're like, I would like that property. They're like, I know you would, because it'd give you a fucking Monopoly. Why would I give that to you? You're like, I'll give you $200. And it's like, wow, great. So I get $200 now to get fucked later, or I used to always be like, hey man, I'll trade you Monopoly for Monopoly. I'm like, not all Monopolies are the same. They're not equal.
Right.
Oh, you're going to give me Baltic Avenue so I can have the worst Monopoly in the game? Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Although I would argue the right side of the board with like the greens and the blues, like with all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Highly risky because it's so expensive. It's so expensive to build those up. I mean, the payoff is huge, but it's like houses are $200 a pop. And hotel, like it is a commitment. If you can get that early and no one else has anything, go fucking wild. But if you're dealing with someone else that has another Monopoly and you're trying to build that up, you can get fucked really easily. I kind of feel like the left side with like the oranges and what is it? Orange and kind of like a purplish.
Okay.
It's like those are solid. Those are pretty good. You don't have to invest too much. The top board gets a little pricier, but it's still manageable. Yeah. I've spent too much time playing this game.
I was going to say, anyway, you know the board way better than I would.
I do. I played this ad nauseum on Nintendo, and I would play this all the time. I loved playing Monopoly. It was my jam.
The biggest problem with Monopoly is it's a test of nerves, right? It's an endurance run. You've got how long? Because the game can last for weeks. If it's like it is a very, very long game, and it's an endurance game. I think that you've got how long can I sit and do the same strategy with these set of people without fucking tearing my eyeballs out? And I think the problem is that's what makes it the hardest.
The real root of it is there's absolutely no agency. It's just RNG. You just roll the dice. You don't get to control anything that happens. I will buy this or I won't. That's it. And when I played with Natalie, last year or whenever, and I was just like bored out of my mind because I'm like, I played it so she could get some math practice, but I'm like, I can't, because Natalie was like, oh, this game's so awesome. Like, you say that now because you're winning.
Right.
I go, we'll play a game when you lose. Tell me how you feel then. And she started like, we played a different time and she's getting her ass kicked. I go, this is how this game goes. I go, this is why I don't like this game, because you've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing right. I've just rolled the dice. And I've landed on a place, and now I'm being, and not only that, playing with two people, Jesus Christ, it's boring anyway, but you're like, Jesus Christ, there's only two of us. It is awful. Natalie got this out the other night. She's like, I go, put that away. Not playing that. Sorry, I love you.
No.
Pick a different game.
Yeah.
So
that's Monopoly is very similar to me, at least in with life and with any of the other games, like the video games that you have played, where you have to basically, like The Sims or any of the other ones where you're building out. You're like, I've got to trade my resources for. I'm like, this is just like you're doing. You sit there and you buy stuff and you barter and you like all day in real life, and now you're gonna fucking play a game to escape and do the real shit. No, I don't want to do that. Like, these kind of games make no sense to me. Why people enjoy?
See, I will say this. I like a Monopoly to like the first X-Men movie or the first Spider-Man movie, in that
please,
we didn't know any better. Like, it was what was there, and it's what we were used to. We got to choose Monopoly or Parcheesi or cribbage or some shit. It's like, I'll go with Monopoly, because it was like, those are like, I don't know, it sounds like fun. There's a lot of things to play with or whatever. And then you play a better version of the game. You're like, oh, fuck Monopoly. I'm never going back to that ever. Like, you just realize, like, I didn't have any other options, because board games just weren't that good back then. And now we are spoiled. We are in a fucking platinum age of tabletop games, like through and through. So when Nally brings out Monopoly, I'm like, get fucked. I'm not playing that. That game sucks.
So Monopoly was developed in 1930. I think it was developed in 1903, but 1935 was when it was first published, right? So think about what was going on back then. It's like, all right, you can either play this game or you can go to war. Your choice.
Right. Which, by the way, also fun fact about this game, it was ripped off from a woman who originally designed the game. It was called the Landlord's Game. And some dude ripped it off from her and called it Monopoly, and that woman never got compensated accordingly for it. So,
when American anti-monopolist Lizzie Maggie created the game, Landlord's Game.
I think the whole point of it was like, this is why capitalism's bad, and then somebody goes, you know what we could do? We could turn this into a really profitable game. And they stole it from her.
Ladies and gentlemen, America.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
I do remember one story playing Monopoly, like I was playing in college, and I was playing with three other people other than myself, and one of them was a couple, a guy and his girlfriend, and his girlfriend landed on her boyfriend's spot, and she's like, I'm going to give up and just give all my stuff to him. Like, she just is like, so that she can help him win. And I was like, fuck you and fuck this game. Like,
is that allowed? Like, I don't think that's allowed.
Because she was going to lose, but when she landed on the property, she's like, "Oops, I don't think I'm going to pay. I think I'm just gonna give up." And then he got all of her properties.
Well, right,
and he ended up winning, and I was like, okay.
What needs to happen then, like in my expanded version of this, is like, if you want to do that, if you want to quit mid game, then you need to take some of your money and establish a trust. And then you need to name an executor. There's got to be a beneficiary.
Really go into it.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, there's you got to go through probate. And by the way, the game's going to take a certain percentage of your money for that. So, But I remember that left a bad taste in my mouth. I was just like, oh, fuck you. I was just like, oh, you lost. And you're like, I could tell she wasn't thrilled about losing, but she's like, well, I'll just give my stuff to him. And I was like, okay, this game fucking sucks.
I don't like that. I hope you don't talk to them anymore.
I sure don't.
Good.
Next one, Risk. This is the one I would argue is worse than Monopoly.
All right, let me hear the argument.
Because my brother and his friends literally got in a fist fight over Risk.
So you have the data to back this up. All right, let's.
This game.
What happened?
Sent them. Now, is it a Dave problem or is it a Risk problem? I don't. Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both.
This might not be the most clean data, but let's. All right, what do we got?
So, if you're not familiar with Risk, it's a game of sort of like RNG, where you essentially get a section of the Earth, and you have armies, and your goal is to claim a certain amount of like continents and territory. Once you get to a certain amount, like you earn points and you win the game. So the idea is to like push forward and try to conquer stuff, but you're basically rolling to see if you can conquer and things like that. So Dave was in second place. And he was trying to obviously he's trying to win, a guy who was not going to win at all. Basically just goes, I'm going to go to war with Dave. And Dave looked at him and was like, why are you doing that? He's like, because I want to. And Dave was furious because it eliminated his chance of winning the game. And this guy was just like, fuck you. I'm going to attack you. And he's like, but that doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? He's like, because I can. Just is pointing at himself. He's like, "That's me."
I get the approach.
Because I mean, it doesn't matter, right? But But also, if the situation's flipped, you're like, wait. Why would you attack? You're not going to win. And now I can't win. You're forcing me to lose. And an argument broke out and board got flipped over and fisticuffs ensued.
So an actual war broke out. That's fantastic.
A literal war broke out.
I love
between
this.
the two of them. Yeah.
It's like playing. It's like when we were in our big poker phase back in college, and you would play. You would play with someone who had never played before, and they would be like, "I'm all in." I'm like, "You're like, there's absolutely no way, based off of what's on the board and what we all have. There's absolutely no. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is ridiculous." And then they would accidentally back their way into a winning hand, and you're just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you push me all in with this shit?" You're like this, and I get the frustration,
right?
But at the same time, the Loki in me is just like, yeah, but. Kind of fun to piss someone off like that, yeah.
Listen, it's funny because it is chaos and it doesn't make sense. And some people just want to watch the world burn. Like that's what it boils down to.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've actually never played Risk.
I don't recommend it.
I know of it. I know all about it, but I've never played it myself. So I don't have the personal connection to the frustration that can arise.
I remember playing it a couple times. I found it to be very stressful.
Did you? Okay.
And I, to this day, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth where I'm just like, I don't want to play. Like, I don't mind being competitive with people, but that game I feel like it brings out the worst in you. It's like ultra competitive. And I'm like, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. So that's definitely on the list where I'm like, we can do better.
Yeah, we can do. We got a lot of choices. Why are we doing this?
Right. And then there's Clue, which I got to say, I never played a lot.
I enjoyed Clue. I never had.
We found the guy.
This one never bothered me. I also enjoyed the movie, so this one never bothered me. I don't. Maybe it was the people. Here's the thing, too. I think a lot of it comes down to who you're playing with, right? If you're playing Dave and his buddy, no good. If you're playing with that couple in college for Monopoly, no good. So if you're playing the wrong game with the wrong person, that can have a massive influence on your perception of the game. So
true. People can make or break just about anything.
100%. Yeah. So Clue, I can understand the argument for Clue, but I never personally had anyone that ever pissed me off while playing this game. But
I didn't play it a ton, but it's also a game that I just didn't enjoy the mechanics of it.
Okay. Was it too slow, too long for you?
I don't know. I guess honestly, when I was a kid, I don't think I understood how to play the game. Like I didn't understand. I don't think I got how the game worked. It's like there'd be some random thing that was like the person in the place with the thing, and you'd have to try and figure out and get clues. Obviously the name of the board game, and I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I just, I've heard stories of people who were just like essentially being, oh, I knew it was this the whole time. I knew who it was the whole time. Like I knew. I fucking knew.
Those are the people in life that you just want to avoid because they're the know-it-all people who always have the answer.
Dude, I called it.
Right? Yep.
Yeah. That's almost as bad as like tonight I had to coach Natalie a little bit because she's been doing this thing like when she does something nice to you, she goes, "You're welcome."
Oh, wait, like it's a genuinely nice thing, and then she like sarcasm.
She doesn't say it in a sarcastic way, but I go, "Hey, I know your intentions are good." I go, "Be careful doing that because it sounds like you're being kind of a shit when you say it." I go, "When do we say you're welcome?" She goes, "When we do something nice." I go, "You say you're welcome when someone says thank you." Mm-hmm. So you're doing something nice and you're not giving someone a chance to say thank you. So instead you just cut to "you're welcome," like almost as if they're rude for not saying thank you or whatever. Like just, and I go, I know that's not your intention, but please be careful, be thoughtful.
There's a place for this, that what you're doing has a comedic space. It also has I'm proving a point space. It's got to be used contextually in the right way.
I was like, I don't think you know what you're doing right now, so I need to kind of nudge you in a way where you're not just like, "You're welcome," and it may not come off. She may not mean it that way. I go, that's how it comes off. So
exactly,
be careful.
Yeah.
So I liken that to Clue, where it's just like, I knew it.
No, I knew it the whole time. Oh my God.
I figured it out because I fucking watched Sherlock. Okay.
The BBC one.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's how I always say his name.
Cool. So those are the classic ones. So I kind of look at those as like, there's a good question. You're like, are these actually fun? I don't know.
Yeah. They're just, I think Monopoly and Risk specifically are designed just again, it's a game of nerve. How long can you last until your last nerve is shredded? That's how
I think they were made again in a time where that's the best that you had. And we were like, yeah, this is kind of fun. We think it's fun. But then you play infinitely better games nowadays. You're like, fuck those games.
At the time, it's like, it's either this or I can roll a stick down the street or I can roll a hoop down the street with a stick. Your choice.
Yeah, I think I'll go with one of these. All right, so now let's shift over to some like strategy games.
These are the ones where I feel like you thrive.
Yes, and Settlers of Catan. I think highly of Settlers of Catan. It's definitely a game that I played a ton. Probably about 10 years ago. I was playing it like nonstop, like all the time.
You introduced us to it.
I brought it to, I would have board game lunches at work and I'd bring board games and play it. And this is one of the ones we played. We had a Catan Madness, like instead of March Madness, we had a tournament and we had everyone playing Catan.
That's awesome.
Like that. And I love the game. I think it's great. This was the first time where I was like, oh, this is a better version of Monopoly because you have agency, you have strategy.
Okay,
there's things that you can
I
do.
can
There's multiple ways to win. And now where it gets contentious is when you need research because the game it's in Monopoly, it never says you're going to have to trade with people, but you have to. Catan is built around trading because you're never really going to have, most of the time, access to all the resources that you absolutely need. So it is beneficial if you have a plethora of sheep and I have a plethora of fucking bricks. Like, we both need that stuff, so we should try to find a way because we can trade with the bank, but it's a bad exchange. It's like 4 resources for one thing. So if I go to you, I'm like, sheep for a brick?
Bank. Right.
Yeah, right? It was like, sheep for brick? You're like, yeah, let's go. But if someone's like, nah, fuck you. I'm not giving you this. And you're like, and literally, like, if someone, like, if you have over a certain amount of resources and someone rolls a 7, you fucking lose anything over 7. Like, you lose it. So someone's just like, no, I'm not going to trade that. It's like, why? It's like the whole Dave and Risk situation. It's like, why won't you trade with me?
Why won't you play the game with me?
Yeah. And to some extent, I get it, right? Because you realize you're helping somebody. You know, which is the American way. We're like, fuck, I'm helping this guy and myself. I don't want to play anymore.
This is life is a zero-sum game.
It's a zero-sum game. I win, you lose. Otherwise, we both lose. Like, it's just wild.
Weird how that bleeds into our games, too.
I just recently was hearing about how people talked about this study, like this study has done so many times where if people are given a choice between bettering themselves and also, like, they will, like, the example is like, hey, you can have this job, you'll make $100,000 a year, but everyone else will be making $125,000 a year. Or you can make $60,000 a year and everyone else will be making $40,000 a year. The majority of people will take the $60,000 job.
You're shitting me. That
wild. is insane. How often people are like, I would rather have high status and lower income to know that I'm doing better. They would rather take a $40,000 pay cut and be making more than other people than getting $100,000 and be like the worst paid person in the company. Like, I would love time and time again. They've done this study in different ways, and people constantly like will fuck themselves over for superiority.
Fuck, man. That is, again, if that's not just a beautiful slice of
America, fuck yeah,
where we are in the world. That's shit, man. That's absolute shit. I want you to know right now, if it came down to that, you'd be getting $125,000, Doug. I have your back.
Right back at you, buddy. Right back at you. I'm like, fuck yeah. Let's all do well, man. I don't give a shit.
Jesus.
I don't care. I'm not here to lord over anybody. So Settlers of Catan, I'd argue there's definitely an opportunity for that. Screwing people over with getting different settlements in different places and things like that. It can absolutely cause some friction. I don't think it's bad as some of the classic ones, but it's definitely up there. There's another game on the list I've never played before, but I researched it.
Okay.
This game is called Diplomacy, and this thing sounds like it is just ripe for fucking arguments and fisticuffs.
Anytime something is named something so good, like the idea is diplomacy. You're supposed to have like an equal exchange of like everything's supposed to be very diplomatic. You know the game is setting itself up for failure.
Right. For
Absolutely
starters,
setting itself up.
This game can take 6 to 7 hours to play. that by itself is
hard pass.
Same. Like, listen, even in my heyday, I think I'd be like, that's a lot.
Nope.
But basically, this is set in pre-World War I Europe, where players control one of the great powers and win by controlling 18 supply centers. Players must rely on negotiation, alliances, and strategic movement of armies and fleets, but the game's core is trust and treachery, as players must deceive to gain an advantage and must be prepared for betrayal. The game can be long, with playtimes of 6 to 7 hours or more, and requires significant communication and strategic thinking. So not only does it sound exhausting, because I also don't do well when someone goes, here's the board, and there's like a bajillion pieces. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
One, setting it up and taking it down is a whole ordeal, which I hate. But also to be like, you're going to be here for 6 to 7 hours. Like, whatever. Nowadays, I'm just like, I can't do that. Like,
well,
I just
again,
can't.
it's like Monopoly. It's like it's designed. It's a test of will.
Yeah,
we're gonna
and knowing that you're
down.
going to be screwing each other over. Like, to some extent, you have to understand
Right.
in a game that's competitive, you're going to be outdoing people, but that is baked into the game.
Absolutely.
Where you're like, the goal is to betray each other.
Right. What was the game that you guys brought up that one time? It was the resource the game
Machikoro.
Machikoro, yeah. That was very similar to where you laid everything out, and I'm like, we're on the border of this being too much on the table.
100%. That's a game.
I'm looking at it going, I don't like anything about this.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, but that game is fucking delight. So good. That's one of the ways I'm very aware of that. So if I ever do that, I'm like, look at me, trust me. Okay, trust me.
Look at me. I got you.
I hate that shit too. So I'm right here with you. Okay. So trust me. Jill's the exact same way. I'm like, okay, just hang in there. I'm not going to send you a 20-minute video that's like an overview of the rules before we play. Like, we're going to be good. So diplomacy sounds like a fucking nightmare. Like, it sounds like a game that I'm like, I don't want to do that at all.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It's a strategic board game for 2 to 7 players. Can you imagine doing this heads up for 7 hours?
Dude, just one-on-one? Fuck me.
That would be miserable. Absolutely miserable.
Yeah, that's not our style. And then, of course, you've got games like Secret Hitler, The Resistance, Werewolf, where it's social deduction, right? There's someone who's in your group who is a bad guy, which I was trying to set up Blood on the Clock Tower for us to play. Exactly the same thing. But the idea being that in general, it's fun, right? But you are sowing deception. You're sowing you're claiming like, hey, that person is trying to fuck us over. It's a witch hunt.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's got the possibility of tipping the wrong way and people going, wait a second, this guy was way too good at this. Or, I used to bring the Resistance for board game lunches, and we would spend the whole hour yelling at each other. And I loved it. It was so much fun to watch. It's just amazing. Like this. It was just, everyone was like, no, you're the person because you did that. And just people were just losing their minds. Yeah. The problem is that can easily tip into fuck you. You always like it can devolve into some really like bad blood if you're not careful. Yeah. There has to be this understanding of like, we're here to have fun. Someone's going to be trying to fuck us over. We have to figure it out as to who it is. But at the end of the day, we're going to be friends. Okay. Yep. But it can be really bad when you're like, you fucking lie. Anytime you're lying to somebody else, like that's. Oh, yeah. And doing it with a smile on your face.
And also being like, and this is a competition on top of that. Like the objective is to lie and fuck everyone over. And you're like, oh shit. Like this is wild. This is insane.
We're in a very dangerous territory here.
Yeah. So I like the question, like, is lying to your friends a game mechanic or a test of morality?
Right. It depends on who, again, it all depends on who's playing.
Yes, 100%. Because especially if someone's like so intent on winning, like, and that's their only goal. Like, those are the people where I'm like, cool. I don't know if we should play because I want to have fun.
Yeah, this is. I understand a healthy dose of competition, but you're getting a little crazy there.
Getting a little crazy. All right, moving on here. Party games. The classic Uno.
Uno. It all goes down to fucking house rules on Uno, man.
Oh yeah,
it all 100%. Comes down to house rules. Like because I've played so many different variations of here's the rules out of the box, but everyone's got their own little tweaks to it. Yeah, and I think it really comes down to, can you deal with the tweaks? Can you deal with the house rules?
And it's also like, I'm doing well. How many times you're like, I'm about to fucking win this thing, and someone's like +2, +4, skip, and you're just like, fuck,
no,
like
no,
yeah,
draw 2, draw 4.
Exactly. Reverse. Like, it's just like, God damn, there's so many times where like, oh, I'm going to win this outright. And you just get fucked left and right. And you're like, God Damn it.
Or the wild draw 4 cards, those fuckers.
Oh yeah, those are.
And if they've got a beat on what you have too, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's great game, but again,
right.
I mean, especially if you play heads up 1-on-1 Uno, that's fucking brutal. Because almost every card is like my turn again, my turn again, my turn again, my turn again. You're just like bam, 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 bam.
During the pandemic, Beth and I bought it. We ordered Uno, and we were sitting there playing it. And I'm like, this game's really rough. Because it was skip, and I'm like, one person just sits there. I was like, I don't know if this is fun or not.
I watched a video of a dad playing with his daughter. She probably was like 5 or something like that. And she's like, I'm going to win. She had like 2 cards. He's like, all right. He shows his hand. He's like, all right, now watch me now. And he's like, +2. Okay. My turn again. He's like, skip, back to me. Okay. Reverse, back to me. Okay. +4, on to you. And Uno and I win. And the girl just starts crying. He goes, you wanted to play. You what? This is how the game goes.
And here's life.
Yeah. It's like, it sucks. You think you're going to, this game will do it to you. And it'll chew you up and spit you out. But I love Uno. Uno is one of my favorite games. Have to play it, but Jesus Christ, can it turn?
Yeah.
Then on the list is not necessarily a board game, but Mario Party. Kind of one of those things. Mario Party infuriates me to no end.
Okay. Tell me why. Were we playing Mario Party when you guys came up? Was I playing against Natalie?
No.
Is that what we were playing on the Switch?
No, you guys were playing, I think you guys were playing Mario Kart, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, was it Mario Kart? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mario Party, just like, there's too much randomness, like,
sure.
With again, the RNG on the game, especially when you play against the computer will fuck you up and sideways and all around, and they will just dunk on you, and you're like, what the fuck? Stars can just like transfer from one person to the other, and then there's like bonus stars at the end of the game. You're like, I've been killing it all the way through, and now it's like the person who did the worst, here's a star. You're like, fuck you, don't blue shell me. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of good experiences. Natalie just likes to play all the mini games on Mario Party, and this is what we do. We'll just play the mini games. Yeah. I'm like, that works for me.
That's fine.
I don't want to play the actual game because that game fucking blows. I remember she played it and was getting frustrated. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. This game sucks.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got a few other video game ones that we can throw in here. They're not necessarily party games. Well, I guess they could be, but like the big one that was when we were in college was Super Smash Brothers. Because we played it as the party, but like that was one where, and if there was one person, like we were, like Milos and I were really good at it, Bob was not, and Bob would rage quit at the end. He would rage quit, and it was just one of those where like, hey man, just get better. Like we would just turn There's one way to stop from getting upset. Just get better.
Just get better. I saw a YouTube short recently where this girl was calling into this podcast, and she was talking about how she's really good at the game Tekken. And she would just wipe her boyfriend, like wipe the floor with him.
Yeah.
And he decided, he goes, all right, I'm going to get better. And so he hired a coach. He joined a Discord and hired a coach and like was putting in the hours and the time, like constantly just doing this to the point where now he beat her and was like, what's up now? And she was like all upset about it. And the guy goes, you realize that this guy in his adult life had to basically do a job to hire someone and put in the work to beat you. You started with that. And this is where he had to go to meet you. And so shout out to you for being that great without having to go through all that. She goes, well, I never thought of it that way.
It's all perspective. It's all fucking perspective.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. The other one similar to that was like Halo or Call of Duty, especially when playing with me. I was the one who caused the fights because I would sit there. I was never great at aiming, and my game was to run into a corner and face the corner so no one could figure out where I was. And if I saw someone approaching me, I would grenade myself so they couldn't get the kill. And that was
and you get the negative
that
point,
was my
maybe
game.
Take them with you.
Yep. And I'm like, that's my game. And so people, it was those many an argument for those games.
I watched that happen with GoldenEye, and my brother, he and his friends played that every single day for like an entire summer. And I remember coming over and I never really played it. And my brother set up a whole system where he had proximity mines. He knew where all the spawn points were. So if you died,
people who memorize the maps,
you would just get caught in the loop of proximity mines, and he would just
like you would spawn in a specific order, And he
knew where all of them were, and he would just set
Yeah.
up proximity mines wherever they were, and then he'd get one kill and he would get 5 more. But I killed him randomly, and he got caught in his own proximity mine. And he was like, no! And he's like negative. Like he went from like -6. I think he still ended up winning. But like I was just very happy to be like, I got you there. Because I was terrible at the game.
Any frustration that you can launch that way.
I'm just like, I'm a noob, man. Any of this is a win for me. So I remember being like, fuck! He got caught in his own web. It was very funny.
I love that.
Last one I have on here is Cards Against Humanity or Jackbox games. Very fun. Very, very fun. You got to play with the right people though. There's got to be some amount of like, hey, listen, we're going to have fun. We're going to be nasty. We're going to have a good time. But you also have to set the rules of you're like, hey, let's not get, because there's also the person that's like, because for me, for stuff like that, I like to go with something that's coherent. Versus some people just like the random, like, that's so funny. It's so random. I'm like, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, so right. I'm always like to do that. But there's definitely times where people are like, come, fart. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, yeah. Okay. All right. I guess that's what we're doing
here.
All right. Okay. Whatever. It's good.
It's funny that you say that because we do have a fart soundboard.
Of course. We do.
And I love it. It is funny that you have a judgment on that.
I do. But it's like, someone's like, hey, list the 3 things that Santa Claus would find in his bag for his Christmas present. Like, come, fart. It's like, yeah, okay. Got it. Good work. That's fun.
Well done. Yeah.
Let's head over to the community spotlight real quick here as some folks answered the question. What are some board games that maybe have ended relationships? Slotty says, my wife and I have never played Monopoly. She will never again play Monopoly. The damage that was done to her as a child from this game with her family. So she takes it so seriously that she gets, according to her, massive anxiety if she runs out of money in the game. That sounds like a fucking traumatic experience.
Sounds like a nightmare, yeah.
I don't want to know anymore about. He says, we used to play Scrabble. We don't anymore. According to my wife, I take too long on my turns as I try to optimize my score. If
Seth,
you know Slotty,
that's
fucking
man.
Seth through and through, man. That guy.
Dude, Beth and I played a couple weeks ago. We played it, and I was taking forever because I'm like, well, I could do this, or I could get a double word score here. Dude, I get it. I fully get it. I
DM a game with Slotty. Fucking, he is an optimizer through and through. It's who he is in his core. Don't blame him for it. It's just who he is. So I can only imagine him just sitting there being like, considering all the angles. Yeah. He says, we play Boggle, and I think in our entire history, I've only beaten her 2 times. So
impressive.
Very fun. Noah says there's a game called Resistance/Avalon. Resistance I was talking about earlier. This social deduction and deception game is my wife's favorite, but every time we play with our friend group, it gets all too heated. More than once, we have had to shut it down and step away before feelings got hurt or full-on screaming match broke out.
God damn, man.
The game's fun as hell, but best not to open any doors to ruining friendships over a game. I've seen snippets of this.
Have you?
Where I played with Noah and his friends, and I've seen like some of the knives come out, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Ooh, holy shit.
All right, like, oh, intense. I know what you're doing. He always does this. I'm like, oh shit, there's a history here I didn't know about. Very fun. Jared says, my mate's ex started a fight because she didn't understand Cluedo. I won twice in a row. The second game was a really good fluke that got me solving it in 2 rounds. She said that the other 3 of us were ganging up on her to cheat. We managed to convince her to play Cards Against Humanity instead and tried to save the game night until I lost it laughing because she didn't know what a card meant. The card was unfathomable stupidity.
Just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I mean, that's
no
something you write in a sitcom or something like that. That's fucking hilarious. Like, what's this mean? And you're like, oh boy.
Oh boy.
How about being the person that has to explain what that card means? You know?
Right.
Like,
well, let's break it down.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Holy buckets.
Yeah. Holy buckets. So, there's also one other one I want to call out here, just sort of like there's one called Twilight Imperium, which I've never played before. Literally 8 to 10 hours to play this game.
Fuck that.
It is insane. I literally put a link to it in here just so you can like see what goes into it. Fucking bonkers game. Never would play it. And then a friendship.
First and foremost, let's take a minute to appreciate this fucking cover. What is that? A lion in a shawl?
Yeah, man. It's a space opera.
I mean, if you want to call it that, yeah. Like this is the most bananas. Genuinely, I would almost play this just to see what the fuck this is. Whoa, never mind. I take it back.
I was like, wait till you see the board.
I scrolled down. Fuck this game. Hard.
I love this picture, an early to mid game board. It's like,
early to mid game board. Oh God, no.
Yikes. No, thank you.
Oh,
and then another quick, did you ever play the game Pickup Sticks when you were younger?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
What a dumb game for starters. Like just, hey,
wait.
let's spill out all the sticks on the ground and pick them up without moving another stick. Let's call it pick up. Let's play pick up the garbage, you know?
That's like someone playing the 52 card pickup with you.
Yeah, it's a stupid fucking game. But my brother and I used to play it a lot. And we got in a heated argument because I think I said that when he was picking up a stick, he moved one of them, and he said that he didn't, and went back and forth to the point where he picked up a stick and stabbed me in the chest with it. Did
he pierce?
A little bit.
Oh,
in my mind, it was like deep, but it was literally sticking out of my chest. Like, so he didn't get it all the way in, but like he pierced the skin enough where it could stand there by itself. And I remember looking down, going, freaking out.
He was ready to murder over this.
He was like, no, I didn't. I was like, oh my God.
Okay, I guess you did.
I'm a fucking vampire. I think I'm a vampire. Oh my God. Like, anyway, dumbass game. Don't ever play that. Yeah. Cool. All right. Time to move on to the game portion of tonight. And we're going back to
games classic. After talking about games.
Games after games. You know, I can't, get you all fluffed up and then not let you finish. You know, we got to get all the way through, so that we can fully just, be the guy that's like,
Was that one or the other one? I didn't know which one.
I know it was going to be one or the other. You just never know. It could be
cranberry juice.
So game. We're headed back to one of our favorites, one of the best ones, Patch Notes, Real Life Edition, where I'm going to read Justin some patch notes as if this is a video game and we are the developers, and Justin's going to give me his reaction to the patch note and let us know what he thinks. So,
all right.
First one that's up for this patch. Sidewalk cracks occasionally emit 8-bit sound effects when stepped on.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That sounds awesome, right?
That's a great one, yes. Because here's the thing. It's not every time you step on the crack. It says occasionally. So you have no idea. So I'm on a walk, I'm stepping on as many cracks as I can because it can be any sound effect, right? Any 8-bit sound effect?
It's an 8-bit sound effect. It
Love
could be
yes.
that fucking, Mick Cop from Monopoly. When you step on it, it's like, don't be coming back now. Like, I remember that.
It could be, who knows?
Who knows? Could be anything.
Yeah.
Could be bad dudes or whatever. Episode 3, check it out. Throwback to episode 3.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Door hinges can now whisper gossip from the other room. I caught Justin when he was drinking.
That was good. I don't know why, but like I just look at you. Here's the thing. No, that's a horrible one because you're sitting there middle of the night, like everyone's gone to bed and you're like, one more episode. And all of a sudden you just hear, Jeannie got bangs. Don't like that. Unintelligible. Don't like it still.
Still whispering.
Still whispering. Yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing. They're whispering gossip doesn't mean you speak their language.
Yeah, also like, I don't know what that said.
I don't. And I got a lot of doors in this house. That's a lot of voices.
You're like, I don't want to know everyone else's business.
No, thank you. No, absolutely not. It's a miserable one.
Hard pass. All right. Next one. Your remote controls now ask, "Are you sure?" before you start channel surfing.
Oh, not even before you pick something, but before you start channel surfing.
Yeah, it's like,
you want to go down this road? Yeah.
You sure? Like,
oh man. Oh, that's tough. You know what? Yes, I'm going to say yes because I think it would mitigate a lot of that like mindless. Exactly. A lot of that like, I don't know what I want to watch tonight. I don't want to get asked 30 times if I'm sure. So let's have the thing shame me into picking something.
Right. Yeah. Cause you're like,
absolutely.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's a good one. Right. That's a great one. I like
it. Next one. Your shoes squeak louder if you're lying.
Oh God, no, absolutely not.
Why not?
That takes away part of my superpower.
We won't be. I'll tell you what. We're not playing the Resistance. If that's the thing, everyone take your shoes off.
I don't need that in my life.
Know?
Yeah,
just take off your shoes, Justin. You're fine.
Do I have to be walking, or did they just squeak?
They just start squeaking like mice.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's not telling the truth.
Yeah, no, that would be.
But what am I lying about? Is the question.
That's right. And then I run away.
And also, is it a lie if you believe it?
Isn't that just a forced truth?
Hey man, I believe this is what happened. Okay, next one. Escalators accelerate slightly if you're running late.
And they stop altogether if you're the president.
And they stop altogether if you're at the UN. Bow, bow, bow.
They run slower if you're running late.
No, they accelerate slightly.
Oh, sorry.
If you're
accelerate slightly. So they're helping you out.
Yeah.
I like this, but I could see there's a possibility if you get a bunch of people who are running late on the same escalator.
Do these buffs stack?
Exactly. This is sad because that could be bad news bears. People
they could have one labeled it's like
top of the
lane escalator lane only. You know, people like going and this thing's just like especially if you're like sprinting up there too. This thing just like catapults you off. You know,
right? Yeah. I feel like so again. I like the concept of it, but I feel like there needs to be a lot of if-thens put into place.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast lane only sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
Batteries hum when they're fully charged.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I could see the benefit to it because you're just like, oh cool, that's a fresh battery, but then it just doesn't stop humming. But the minute you put it in, it's not fully charged anymore. So
yeah, it's true.
But
and we're talking acapella.
You just got a drawer.
Too.
So not just like a not just a low like drone. It's
and every battery's a different pitch, and it's not always in the key. So
it's so dissonant.
Just you're like fuck.
It's like
which one is it?
A cacophony of nothingness.
You label each battery by pitch, so you know which one. If you have a good pitch, you're like, oh, that's this one over here. That's an A flat.
Yeah, exactly. No, you know what I'm going to say? I don't need that in my life. I don't need a humming drawer of batteries. No, thank you. Pass. I gotta soundproof my drawers now.
That sounds funny for a different reason. Don't we all?
Couldn't we all use that?
Next one. Elevators generate elevator music based on your outfit.
I'm into this. Yes.
Right?
I feel like there's a chance you could get roasted by it, but at the same time,
100%.
it would be wildly entertaining just to see what it came up with. So
I would love its interpretation of, if you're dressed like a slob, like what does that look like? Is it grunge music?
Right.
It's like Nirvana starts playing.
Boom, 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 boom.
If you're wearing a fedora, does like the Pink Panther, song play?
Yeah, it never plays the cool ones like Indiana Jones. It's always it always roasts you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more here. Elevators generate. Oh, I already said that one. Water fountains sparkle if you hit the perfect sip angle.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Probably don't use a lot of water fountains anymore. Like that seems like more when you're a kid.
I can't tell you the last time I've used a water fountain, but you know what? I might use more if there's the chance that I could get it.
But like whenever you're a kid, you get that right angle. You're just like, man, I feel like I could just drink here forever, as opposed to going like a fucking animal.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
But you watch like the water fountain start glittering like it's fucking in a vampire in a Twilight movie.
Question is that glitter FDA regulated?
No. Why would it be?
I don't know then, Doug.
Even if it was, it wouldn't anymore. Thanks to RFK
You know what?
Jr.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You're not going to have it. Next up, your keys auto jingle louder when you're about to forget them.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fantastic patch note. Yeah. Absolutely.
You're about to leave your seat. You're like, what the fuck?
Absolutely.
Oh, my keys.
They're just sitting there on the table, just vibrating. I'm okay with that.
You go get that as you hear coming from the batteries that are also charged.
And the doors are going.
the doors are whispering, and your shoes are squeaking because you're lying to your wife.
Sounds like a miserable house.
This is not what I want. All right, last one.
Yeah.
All right. Books insert fake spoilers if left unread for too long.
They insert fake spoilers if left unread for too long.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would. I don't know if that's good or bad. Yeah, why not? That's fun. Like let's get.
So does the book rewrite itself? I imagine this is like you start reading it and then you just stop for a while. You don't come back to it, and all of a sudden, like you just start saying.
Like the one book I've been trying to read, genuinely trying to read all year. I've read almost half of one book this year.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for me.
Yeah, and as you start coming back into it, you're like, huh, I feel like this is different. This doesn't seem like what was going. Like that's weird. It's like maybe you should read it. Maybe you should read it faster, and maybe you'll get the right story.
As you're reading it, does it ever correct itself, or are you just fucked from that point forward?
Who knows? I think
I'm going to say yes. It's a good bet.
I think, as a chaotic person, I think you could appreciate this.
I think I would appreciate it, and it would also, if nothing, a best case scenario, it helps me to read a book faster and actually finish some shit. Worst case scenario, I get really confused, and it's very funny because I'm like, Doug, did you read this book? Oh, it was crazy when the space vampires showed up.
Yeah, the space vampires, dude. It's crazy. I'm like, that did not happen in the Bible.
That was not in Great Expectations at all.
You're like, yeah, Jesus fought off the zombies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil in the White City when Jesus came down? I don't think that's what that book was about, man.
Awesome. Well, that was patch notes in real life. Let us know what you think about those patch notes, whether you'd like them or not. Let us know in those comments. We'd love to hear about it. Justin.
Yes.
What do you have to recommend this week?
I am going to recommend, I think it's on Max right now. It's with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. It's called Death of a Unicorn. It is a weird, goofy, not a perfect movie by any stretch, but it's just different enough to where I was like, I haven't seen a horror movie like this before.
Very unique.
It's very unique. So I had a lot of fun with it. I'm a huge Paul Rudd fan. Yeah, I think it's a fun watch if you're looking for something to kill some time. Death of Unicorn, fun watch.
A much more uplifting A24 film.
Right, it's a little just off. Yeah,
I was watching, being like, I don't know, man. If this goes classic A24, this is going to be fucking wild.
It's going to get real dark. Yeah, yeah,
but definitely not as intense as I thought it'd be. It was definitely a fun flick for sure. I hear you.
What do you got, Doug?
I just watched 28 Years Later, and
I
enjoyed it. Also realizing now that there's a sequel coming out in January, because the movie kind of ends on a weird note, and I remember seeing people being like, "Yo, the ending of this movie is fucking stupid."
Is it going to be 28 decades later? Or is it what is?
No, it's just literally continuation, like almost immediate,
a direct sequel. Got it.
A direct sequel to this one.
So it's a 2-part story.
At least a 2-part story. So, and I was like, oh wow, that's coming out relatively quick, because I think 28 Years Later came out in the summer, early summer.
It was not that long ago. Yeah.
So this
did they film back to back? Do you know?
They must have. Interesting. And I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. I love the 28 Days Later movie. It's one of my favorite movies. 28 Weeks Later, but that also wasn't made by Danny Boyle, who made the first one. He also made this one. Right. It has some interesting camera style.
I have heard that of this film, that people were like, interesting choices.
Yeah, I'm not saying I like it.
On the iPhone?
I don't know. It definitely has a very interesting color correction to it. Look, like there's some really vibrant and strange colors. But there's also some just points where, like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, as like an infected person will get shot and it will like cut like to almost like a Matrix style, sort of like you're here and then you're here all of a sudden from a different angle. It's just that's
weird. What I think it was, that he had built a rig. I thought that like was around a person. I thought it was an iPhone rig where there was like 17 iPhones lined up or something like that. But
it definitely could be that.
He was, and there's times where like that stuff.
It's just, I don't know. He did the same thing with 28 Days Later. He shot it on a DSLR, I think, and it was very grainy. And that had a very specific look and feel to it. And so you could see a similar approach to it, but it didn't go the way that I thought it would. And that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. But
let me ask you this. Do you have to, I've seen 28 Days, 28 Weeks, but like for those who have not, do you have to see those, or can you jump straight in?
You jump straight in.
Perfect. Love it.
Yeah. Just know that there's just fucking infected. I mean, also it's like, it's 28 years, man. Like really, what's the continuation here?
Right. right. The virus is still virusing.
If anything, it's just like an anthology of what it's been, is like different people at different times and this sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. I thought it was interesting. I can understand like people being like, nah, it wasn't for me. Totally get it. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So I'd say check it out. It's on Netflix right now. So
fuck yeah.
Check it. Thanks so much for listening, gang. We appreciate you. As always, youtube.com/mindgappodcast. Like and subscribe. Easiest way to support us for free. Check the links in the description for links to our Discord, Patreon, and our merch at Redbubble. Leave a comment there. And we appreciate the support. Hang out with us. We'd love to hear more from you. And check out Justin online as well.
On Instagram at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, anywhere where you can get your podcasts, audio form, you can find us there as well. Go ahead and subscribe, download, rate, review, share, doing all the things that we always can do. Play the episodes. That's huge. Actually download them and listen. We'd love that. But the big one is sharing. It's caring. Let someone know that we exist. It goes a very long way to helping us grow our audience, and we thank you in advance for that. And then TwoEastEighth.com, TwoEastEighth on all social media, Love and Improv Film on Instagram.
Booyah! With that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you, and you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.